morning. So, I know, listen to me. I'm like, listen to this breath, listen to this voice. Oh my god. So, today it's the 8th of January. This is going to be the first vlog of the year. I'm going to try and do more vlogs this year because, quite frankly, I really enjoyed it before Christmas, but also we're not going to be doing daily vlogs. Maybe weekly ones, they'll be a wee bit easier. But I thought I would tell you it's the 8th of January and this is really the start of my new year because I was working the 1st, 2nd and 3rd of January. Didn't really see them, but also Alan's birthday is the 7th of January, so yesterday he turned 40, the big 40, and I feel like up until that point we don't really stop any kind of, oh, there's still cheese in the fridge, there's still chocolate, will we just nibble at it? We'll probably still do it tonight, I'm not going to fucking lie, but that kind of fresh start to the year doesn't really happen till the week after. So it is Monday, it's the 8th of January. My intention was to go to the gym this morning, except I forgot. I have an appointment with my diabetes consultant, but it's online. Now, I had spoke about this back in December. If you watched any of the Christmas vlogs, then you might have known I was a little bit concerned about some of my blood tests, things like that. So my appointment was at 10 o'clock, it's now 10:30. And I've just got off the call with her. So she was saying that everything is fine. Kidney function is normal, everything is looking good, blood sugars are good, fantastic. Thyroid level, bit high, but since I've been on the lower dose, she said it has improved. So I'll get my blood checked again this month just to keep an eye on it, but everything is good. So I probably did just have a little bit of a kidney infection back in December, which is fine. But it's funny where your mind takes you when you've got chronic illness. You're either probably somebody who's in denial or you're somebody like me who thinks it's going to be the worst thing in the world. But everything is fine, everything is good. So I had that there now, it's now 10:30, and my intention, I've just phoned to book my smear test as well, honestly. Like, it's all health stuff this morning, all admin, smear test, great, so I've got that on Thursday now, fantastic. But basically, I've done all that this morning. I am now thinking what I might do is a little bit of a declutter of my vanity. I also want to sit down and film a little bit of a like disappointing products video, and I think that would be a good way to kickstart it and remember, did I like this, did I not? And I just want to tidy a little bit as well, you know, that way when you come out from the Christmas slumber you're like, I want to try and blitz here a little bit. I actually feel like the living room situation, all that kind of stuff isn't too bad because I blitzed a little bit of that before Christmas with, you know, Jack getting some new stuff and things like that kicking about the living room. I wanted to make sure there would be enough room for everything. But we are going to move things about a little bit in here probably later in the month, so I'll deal with that then. Today I'm just going to deal with the vanity and try and clean it all up. So I think that's my plan just now. I'm going to make myself another cup of coffee because I've already drank one. So I'm going to get another one just now. And then I might actually do some sit down filming, like I say, disappointing products, kind of New Year's resolutions and all that kind of stuff. I don't really make resolutions, but I do have a plan this year. So if those videos are already up or if they're going to be up, make sure you're subscribed and that kind of shit. I sound so much worse than I actually am. I feel fine. I feel okay. A little breathy. But I actually sound much worse than I feel. I feel okay. So I'm going to go and do that now, take these clips out of my hair as well. My fringe is a little bit wild today because I had just quickly dried it before I went on that conversation. It was like a Zoom call. I don't know if people are still doing that. A lot of our consultants are still doing like Zoom meetings if they don't need to see you in person, so it was like a Zoom meeting on the laptops. So we'll do a little weekly vlog this week and we'll see where it takes us. Okay, so let's just give you a little idea. I'm so sorry about my voice every time I start talking because I'm in my house on my own just now. Every time I start talking I'm like, Jesus Christ. So let's just give you a little idea of what the situation is now. I have my vanity in the corner of the bedroom where I keep not the majority of my stuff, but if it's stuff that I'm using every day, skincare. I have a little drawer full of stuff which normally is supposed to be my everyday makeup, my go-to makeup, and sometimes what I'll do is I'll swap it out monthly to remember to use stuff that I've got under the bed. However, two reasons why I want to clear this out. One, I've got stuff that I don't need, that I'm not using, that I've tried aren't for me, or is maybe just older and need to get rid of it. And two, the stuff that is sitting under my bed at this side, I've got 2 plastic boxes full of stuff. Some of it's just nostalgic that I'm not going to get rid of, and some of it's things that, again, I've bought it, haven't really worked for me, and it's ended up in this box. And the thing is, at the moment, Jack is running about all the time. He goes into those boxes and he just takes things out constantly, and whether it's, he loves the glitters, he loves sparkles and stuff, which aren't things I'm using every day, so that's why they're in those boxes. And I'm kind of like, I want to move the stuff from under there and put it under the vanity and have a better storage situation on this side. However, there is not a lot of room under there. I'm wondering, do I get a little set of drawers at the side here? But will that just make him gravitate towards those drawers? I would rather have something like underneath this vanity that is like out of the way so that he's not there. And I would like to be able to put some stuff away that I am not using every day and actually have stuff out that I'm using every day. So let's just give you an idea of what it looks like. At the moment, it is an absolute shambles. So all this stuff here is bits either I got from Black Friday or have been sent recently. It was in a video before Christmas. I have not moved it. I've just not had the time. That's from Vive earlier in December. I've not had time. This is my shark, which is annoying because this is really cumbersome and really big. I used to always keep my hairdryer in here, but now this is like a huge thing that has to sit on the floor, which is a pain. That in there is my little basket of like empty stuff that I would do little empties videos and it gets thrown in there. So that is getting quite full, so we maybe pull that out and start looking at an empties video. These are actually clean brushes that were up all against the radiator to dry, so they all need to put back. I'm just poking that back in there because it's easier for brightness to see things. And then as you can see here, I do have something back here to hold brushes in that I never ever hold brushes in. I've got my pots that I use normally. I've got my little, what do you call these? The little towelette things that I use to clean brushes. This is actually cotton pads, like reusable cotton pads. I have a little storer here with clean ones in, and then once I've used them I put them in there, and then once it's full I wash them. But as you can see, there's just complete and utter disarray going on at the moment. It's mental. It's just a bit of a mess. This is my skincare shelf. Actually, as it stands, all of this does get used very frequently. The turnover on this is fine. It's not like things just sit up here, so I'm happy with that. And this little shelf up here just has a little photo of me and Alan, and this was really where he kept his aftershaves and stuff like that, but he hasn't really been using it as often, so I think what I'm going to do is clear some stuff off here. This is dead, like Jesus Christ, like how long has that been sitting up there? This is like a couple of milk products back here, so I want to move them away and maybe put his other aftershaves up here and just give a little bit more room. Maybe put a new photo up, because this is, I don't know, I want to say about at least 10, 12 years old, this photo. So maybe a new photo, maybe one of me, Alan and Jack, that would be nice. And just, yeah, just tidy up a bit. Alright, so this feels a little bit more organised now. What I have done is I've just unpacked some of the Violet FR stuff that I had used, but I'd put it back in the box. So now that I've done that, I've took the Boom Boom milk out as well and put it next to kind of the stuff I would use before putting makeup on. And I have also unpacked the 2 eye paints that I had from them, so I've put it here. But in the lip section, I've put out, this is again the 2 Violet FR kind of liquid lips that I have. Some other kind of more neutrals, things that I want to use a little bit more often, and a couple of lip glosses. And then in this little thing here, I have put kind of ones that I wear frequently, ones that I'll reach for daily, things that are like sheer, easy breezy lip products that I can just put on and go. And then these 2 here, I decided to put both out just to see if I get more weight out of them by doing that. This one at the back is actually an Oma one, but I feel like it's a really good neutral for me, and I haven't worn it enough. Once I bring it out, you will see that is it there. So for me, it's quite a good nude. So for me, it's a pretty good nude, and I thought I want to get a little bit more weight out of that. So that's kind of lipsticks, sheer lipsticks, lips balms. These are the e.l.f. O Face. I've got one in a nude and one in a really nice red as well. I have Lara Bite. Bite is the limited edition one. Not one I wear all the time, but I do really like it. It's quite dark and vampy. It's the deepest shade I think that they'd ever done. It's kind of dark brown colour. So I wanted to keep that out. And then I also have Muse as well, which is their red one. So I wanted to keep them out. This is the Merit one. This is their signature lip, and I have it in Lavenue, which is also really nice. I really like these. I want to use it a bit more often because this one is quite a dark, again, vampy shade, but you can shade it out. And I want to kind of think about, would I buy more of these as well? So these are what I'm going to keep out on the side here to use on the daily. These are things like lip glosses, liquid lips, because they don't really sit in that kind of a container so well. And some other lipsticks, like this is Glossier Cake. It is one of my favourite neutral lipsticks. I have used it to almost beyond its life. There it is there. Again, a really nice neutral for me. It's not too pale, it doesn't make me look sick, but you can see I've used up a lot of that. So I did want to have that in there as an option as a neutral. And I also put in Villa from the Ultra Lips from Glossier for the same reason. You can see I've used it loads, and it's a really, really nice neutral option for me, so I wanted to leave that in there too. But that is the lipstick situation. As I said, I've just got my 3 kind of lip liners I always use. Added in them there to the eye situation, one pot eyes, some highlighter and powder at the back, concealers here, which I've got a little array of them, bronzers, powder blush and cream blush here. So that is the situation at the moment. The desk is much tidier. These I am also going to put away somewhere. This is actually a travel one, so that's going to go into my travel. And this is the primer, the Milk Primer Hydro Grip Primer, but I don't use it all the time, so I'm going to put these somewhere where I, you know, if I need to do long lasting makeup, I can get to them. And this here is all my eyeliners and brow products. So I feel like I don't want to get rid of these, but I don't like it just sitting up here like that. So I'm kind of wondering what I'm going to do with it. Maybe put it in a different tin. In this tin from Vive are like little sample makeup products that I tried. I don't know whether to put this in a different tin and then try and just put in everyday ones like brow things and what have you. What I'm also going to do is clean up this a little bit so these aren't dangling down, figure out what I'm going to do here. And like I said, I would like to get some sort of drawer to go here, something here. Even if I have to remove the leg off this side to sit under, I could measure whatever this size is and then have some drawers here. And the reason for that is all the stuff that I've took out here now goes into like storage under my bed or whatever. Like these, I can't just leave them sitting out. Well, I can just leave them sitting out, but I don't want to leave them just sitting out up here. I would like things to be tidier, so I would like to be able to have access to them, and also where my son is not going to just run about with them as well. But that is looking much tidier at the moment. That is where I'm going to leave it today. Oh, hello. I still sound like a bag of shit, not gonna lie. It's worse in the morning. I think I sound much worse in the morning than I do as the day goes on. Oh god, as the day goes on. So it's now 10 o'clock. It is Thursday. Guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go to the fucking gym. I honestly, this morning, could have just climbed back into bed, but I made the bed so I wouldn't do that. Climbed back into bed and I've went to sleep for a further 2-3 hours, I'm not gonna lie. But I'm up, I've got into my gym stuff. I have sat for half an hour scrolling, or actually I finished editing a video that I filmed yesterday. So I've done that this morning, which I didn't go back to bed, I actually done that. I'm now just going to brush through the mop that is my hair. It's mental tonight. And I'm going to take myself to the gym. Yes, I am. And I'm going to try my best just to... I'm not going to go into anything mad. I'm just going to go and maybe walk on a treadmill for 15 minutes, half an hour. Maybe go on a bike. That's about the gist of it. But as long as I go, it's better than not going, right? And then we can think about getting back up to some sort of fucking actual fitness. Everything just one day at a time, 1 week at a time, one fucking step at a time. That's my point. Oh, this hair is so tuggy today. Oh my god. So, I take the bubble with me. I actually haven't spoke to you since I'd organised this setup, and I'm actually very pleased with how it's turned out. I will show you in a minute. It's not changed since I showed you on Monday really, but it's better because there's a lot more space to see what I'm doing. But also, I'm just going to spritz my face before I go because I feel like sometimes when I go to the gym I'm a wee bit dehydrated. so I'm just going to spritz my face and put on a little bit of lip balm. But also, I did go to IKEA on Tuesday. I took Jack over with me. He quite likes a little IKEA trip. I feel like it's if your day out for children. I know there's no sunlight because you're inside IKEA, but I do feel like he quite enjoys it, and he loves the little IKEA meatball every now and again. So, took him there on Tuesday and was honestly a ball hair away from buying the Alex drawers, which made me feel like I'd stepped back in time almost, because I feel like everybody had the Alex drawers, didn't they? And I thought, remember I said to you the other day, like on top of my vanity here, underneath I'll maybe put a set of drawers, and I was kind of thinking, oh, I could just take the legs off one side and then blah blah. You could quite believe me that it was almost in my car, this set of drawers. And I thought, oh great, I'll put it on one side and the other side can be the leg. And I measured it and everything. I went and measured it with a tape measure, everything. And I was like, oh, it's a little higher. It's a little higher than what my desk is. But that's okay. I don't mind if it lifts the desk a little bit. And as I say, luckily at the last minute, I thought, no, Alanna, because if I've got a fucking chest of drawers or a little set of drawers underneath here that lifts it, then my desk's gonna sit like that, isn't it? Because the fucking leg on the other side hasn't extended any. What a twat, honestly. I'm so glad I realised at the last minute. So I haven't bought any drawers for underneath it. I did think, could I just put them at the side here? Which I could, but I feel like that defeats the purpose of Jack not footering and into everything. Whereas if it was on this side, kind of closer to the wall, then I feel like as if there's less chance he's going to go in and start rifling, and if this side can just be left free. But we'll see, we'll see. I've not found any drawers. I had a little look on like Wayfair and stuff like that. There's lots of little plasticky shitty, I don't want a shitty set. I don't. In IKEA even, I saw a smaller set that was just like metal tray almost, and I was like, no, I don't want that. Like, I want a proper set of drawers, so it looks tidy. I don't want to be able to see the makeup and see through boxes and things like that. I just want it to be tidy. So, yet to figure that out. However, I have tidied up the desktop bit and actually kept my Glossier box out. Used to use this for like things I'm going to try type situation, but now I'm going to keep it to put my brushes that need washed in it. So yes, I've got quite a few at the moment. I will need to do that either tonight or tomorrow, but that's all brushes that need to get cleaned, because I'd like to keep on top of that this year as well, because I feel like I end up using every brush I own, and then the actual washing of them takes fucking an hour to do, and I just want to avoid that. So now I'm gonna go to the gym. Why am I going to the gym? Because I fucking told myself I would do it. Oh, right. Do you know why I don't want to go? I'm not gonna lie. It's fucking freezing out there. It's absolutely Baltic. I was going to say it's going to snow. There was a flurry of snow at the weekend on Sunday, Saturday, Sunday I think. Never really came to anything, and now it's so cold. I think it's too cold to snow. Do you know that way it needs to be just slightly warmer for it to snow? And it's so fucking cold, and I just don't want to go outside. That's the honest truth. But it is a nice bright day. It's cold, but it's very bright, which is good. There's no rain, which is a positive in my book. I will tell you how I get on when I get back. Either that or I'll film from the car and see how I get on with this. But I'm going to do it. If I do it today, that's me done it for the week. Next week I can think about doing it again. And then next month I can think, like, am I going to up this? Am I going to go more than once a week? But at the moment, if I achieve this, I'll be pleased. Alright, so I just went to the gym. I done 20 minutes on the wee treadmill, just walking, no running. Then on the, what do you call that, cross trainer thing, elliptical, whatever you want to do. I done that for 10 minutes, and then I done the step machine for 5 minutes, and then I went to do some like arms and weight stuff, but my blood sugar's low. And I'm not doing Mrs. Woe is me on this, but I feel like years ago when I used to go to the gym, like in my 20s, and I went to the gym like pretty much 3-4 times a week, this drop in blood sugar never used to happen, and I know it's better controlled than it was in my 20s. But it's so frustrating. It feels like as if every time that I go to the gym, my blood sugar will drop no matter what I do. So obviously I've had my breakfast this morning, and I also put on the temp target on my pump,
I know if you're not somebody who knows about insulin pumps and things like that, you're going to be like, what are you talking about, Alanna? I have no idea. But a temp target means that I aim to have a slightly higher blood sugar while I'm in the gym, so that if it starts to drop, then it's more likely to not drop down low, you know? And it says it's 3.2 just now. I'm going to have to sit and drink some apple juice. I'm going to have to wait till I drive my car now. It's just a pain in the arse. And that's partly why as well I've really struggled to get back into the gym, because every time I've went, I've ended up with low blood sugar after it, and it's just, it feels so fucking pointless, and I don't know what to do. I'd understand if, and it feels like pointless as well. What is the point of me going to the gym and eating a big fucking bar of chocolate before it to bring the sugar up? Like, there's no point in that, and I never used to have to do that. So what I might do is, like, I'm going to keep going, but it just feels really pointless when that happens, because now I am going to have to go and eat something sugary to help it come up again. So it just fucking defeats the purpose, and it's shit. Because it's not because I didn't enjoy going this morning. I felt good about going. I feel proud of myself for actually making the effort to go. But now I have to go ahead and correct my blood sugar. I just fucking hate diabetes sometimes. It's a pain in the tits. Anyway, so what I am going to do is eat something sugary now, wait till I feel better, and then I'm going to go to drive through Costa. But I'm going to get a decaf oat milk situation, so not horrific.
So I decided against the Costa because although I thought healthy option, oat milk and all that kind of stuff, decaf, not good for the pocket, is it? Just by spending money I don't need to spend. So I came home, I've made myself a nice bowl of tomato soup, made myself a nice cuppa, and I've got a wee roll there. So I've made myself some lunch, I'm going to have that. I'm going to sit, and I have got another video to edit, but I'm wondering if I'm going to start watching something. Has anybody got any good hints of what to watch at the moment? We've recently finished Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. We're watching Reacher at the moment as well. What else did we finish? We finished quite a lot recently. Drop your suggestions down below. What I normally like to watch. Oh, we're watching Love and Death. We're into that now with Elizabeth Olsen. That's quite good too. We do like, you know, a more serious, like, kind of thriller, drama, murdery thing. I don't mind that. But we also like to have something that's kind of easy watching in the background. And I feel like Mrs. Maisel was that, but it was also elements of, like, you know, real life serious stuff going on too. But it was a really easy watch, even though they were like 40, 50-minute episodes. And I just feel like we're missing that at the moment, and I don't know what to watch. Obviously, usually I watch that stuff for Alan, but during my days when I've got a bit of time to myself, like whether Jack's napping or like today when he's at nursery, I like to have something that I can just watch myself, and I don't know what to start. I really don't. I haven't seen loads of stuff as well, so don't be fearful of recommending something that's like years gone by, because I'll watch it. But proud of myself, didn't go to drive through Costa. Didn't need to. Just came home, made myself some lunch. Better options. Alright, so I'm ready to go out. It is, what day is it today? Friday. I'm night shift tonight, but I've got myself all ready to go out. Do you love the makeup? I kinda fucking love the makeup. I've done this really grungy, literally just took black liner and smudged it on my eyes, which is very old school. Might not seem that fucking groundbreaking to people, but I feel like that was something that you used to do years and years ago, and then it really went out of style for a while, so it's back. It's fucking back. I'm telling you, it's back. But I've just got myself pulled together because I am going to go out to shops. I've got a voucher to spend. I've got one for Boots. I do have one for Space NK, but I'm not going to go out of town. I can't be bothered. But I also have one for Marks and Spencer's. So I'm going to go over to Silverburn because I would like to get some thermal layers. Dead exciting, I know. Going to Marks and Spencer's to get your thermals. How fucking old am I? But I'm going to get some thermal layers because when we go to Amsterdam on Monday, apparently it's going to be snowing. And I'm kind of gearing up now, looking at the forecast, thinking, what am I going to take? Because I really wanted to take my bag of jeans, but now I'm a wee bit like, if it's going to be freezing and trailing in snow, that might not be the best option. It was fine when I was 16, but I'm not so sure now. But I do really want to take them. So what I'm going to do is make sure like all the clothes that I want to take are washed, ready to go and stuff to pack over the weekend, because I am night shift for the next 2 nights. I'm going to go and get some thermal layers, so that if I do take something like a dress or that, then I can have on thicker vest and things underneath, because honestly it does make a huge difference if you're wearing like a wee thermal layer underneath a thinner knit. But overall, won't be actually spending any of my own money today, which if you have already seen my update video on my kind of resolutions and intentions for this year, trying my best not to spend money. So I'm going to be using vouchers today, and that's my get out clause, to be honest with you. Well, what? Mummy's up high, is she? Is she up there?
Yeah.
I thought I was just sitting here.
Mummy.
Yeah, it's Mummy's, yeah. Do you want to show people what it is? Can I show? Show? Oh. Right, will you go and get your beep beep bike? Hi, so I have now come in. I've been in for ages, I'm not gonna lie. Picked him up and then just time runs away from you. I've already had my dinner with Alan and Jack. So I did go out and pick a few things up today. I had vouchers to spend. I think of my own money, I ended up spending £17, which isn't horrific, is it? So I'm going to show you what I picked up. So first of all, I went to Marks and Spencer's. I picked up a couple of these. They have this thermal, right? And then they have the heat gen thermals. I'm going to show you them because I picked up one of each. This is the heat gen medium, but the heat gen ones I think are supposed to be slightly more, I don't know, thicker or something like that. But they have an orange packet of both, and they have a yellow packet, and the yellow packet is like a slightly lighter weight, so not quite as warm. But as it's supposed to be snowing in Amsterdam, I figured I would get the orange one, which is the medium. I don't know if they do like a super duper, see how it's got the two little thermometers? I don't know if they do a super duper heavy one, but I picked up this. It's a long sleeve thermal top, and I picked it up in the 12 because I figured a long sleeve one would be quite good underneath just like a thin jumper or something like that, even underneath a shirt if I wanted to put a shirt on. And then this one here is a pack of 2, so these are slightly cheaper. As you can see, this is a 2-pack for 20, whereas the one on its own was 16. And this is the thermal brushed thermal. I feel like these look like more classic thermal. See with this little like design on it, but these are like a shorter sleeve. So the reason I picked these up was because of 2 reasons. I got this one in the nude, so it was easily worn under white and stuff, but I figured if I got a black and then this kind of marl grey colour, then that would mean that this would also go under lighter colours quite well, but under a t-shirt where I might not need a long sleeve. And finally I picked up leggings as well, and these were £16, and I just got these in the black because I figured whether they're going under blue jeans, dark jeans, whatever, a dress, it won't matter. So I thought I'll just get the dark ones, and I picked them up in a 14 because I figured my bum is much bigger than my top half. So I picked them up. I also picked up a dress. I'm not going to be able to really show you it properly in this video, and it's also from Marks and Spencer's. Everything I got here was from Marks and Spencer's, but this is a lovely like long cream knitted dress with like a roll neck here like this, but it actually, I don't think you're going to see it here, has a hint almost of like a blue, slightly bluish like marl through it. That's what I want to call it. Like there's just a little hint of some sort of blue through it. So actually I thought that might go really, really nice with my navy coat. So I picked that up as well, and then I went into New Look, and this is where I started spending my own money. What did I say? I think I spent 17, maybe closer to £20 of my own money. So this was on offer as well. It was only £10, and it was originally, let me just tell you, £19.99. So it was kind of in the sale, but it wasn't in the sale rail. It was just in like the reduction, like new things. They weren't sale, but it was like a special offer or something. And it's just like a nice grey jumper as well. I didn't go in looking for a jumper, I'm not gonna lie. So, you know, budgeting and all that kind of thing, doing really well so far. So far I've spent £10 of my budget for January on clothes. And then went into Boots, and I used my points, because I had points on my Boots card, to pick up a new caffeine eye cream, because mine is practically done. Like, it looks like it's full here, but actually I am like squeezing it to within an inch of its life to get the last little dregs out of it. So I needed a new one of them. I also picked up one of these hyaluronic cryo jelly. It's from Garnier. It's just like a little eye patch. The reason I picked that up is because I thought it might be quite a nice thing to pack for our little trip, because sometimes you don't want to be like, you know, doing all the luxury stuff every night, but sometimes it's just like maybe one of the nights that you take a wee break and take a rest and put some eye patches on. I also picked this up, which again, did not have any intention of buying this month, and this is the Lash Sensational Sky High. It is a favourite. I rave about it all the time. I usually like the colour Cosmic Black, but this is now in a burgundy. I don't know if you can see that there. Burgundy. Like like an actual plum coloured mascara, and it's a fantastic mascara, so that's why I wanted to pick that up. Somebody actually did bring it to my attention and I was like, I'm going to keep my eye out for that. Didn't go looking for it, I actually went in for the Inculus thing, but then I seen it and I was like, okay, thanks. So we are deducting £10 for this from my £100 of shopping within the month. I have no intention of buying anything else. Even when I go through duty free next week, I have no intention of buying anything else. Yes, darling? Come on. Is that Jack?
Mommy and Jack.
Mummy and Jack. So I am going to try and get a video up with like my packing, just to show you what outfits I'm going to take, because it is a 3-day trip, so it's kind of all in hand luggage, so we have to pack light, and considering it's going to be snowing, I think that that's going to be quite tough to keep everything light and also keep warm. So that is my challenge over the next few days, so I'll try and get that video up as well next week. Well, next week as you're seeing this, I think.
Bang.
A sponge.
Bang.
But it is now time for this little man's bath, and then I'm going to go back to sleep, and then I'm going to go work. So I'll catch you all in the next one. Bye.
Bang.